Hey guys, ZMD here, back with another video. You ever met those people that just have that instant, amazing magnetic personality that really stands out? You know, they aren't forgettable. Call it charm, call it charisma, whatever you may. But what makes those people stand out so much, and how can you elevate yourself to be like that? All that and more in this video. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, remember to subscribe, like the video, share your thoughts in the comment section below, and share with others. Now, why is charisma important? Well, it influences other people's impressions of you. It can be useful when engaging a crowd or influencing people, or just overall bringing that feel-good party factor that is associated with you. Let me start by saying, first and foremost, you have to believe that you yourself can learn to get good at anything that you put your mind to. Seriously. What about losing 100 pounds in one day? I have one arm. Why don't I just think about it enough? Will my one arm regenerate like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z? Very clever. Of course, that's the reply I was expecting. No, the point is that your mindset needs to be that you are constantly evolving. You may be stuck in a position somewhere right now, and you must acknowledge that you aren't good at whatever task, be it learning a new instrument, sport, or hobby. In our case, being that charismatic, cool, collected, 007 looking stud. But with time and practice, you can hone your skills to develop those habits and behaviors. Let me explain. I definitely think by nature, some people are more gifted than others. That's just a fact. I mean, 7-foot Shaq probably has an easier time making it to the NBA than does someone like Nate Robinson. But you can work hard and you can develop your given strengths and really work on your weaknesses to eventually reach certain realistic goals. The first step is to realize that we are always learning. You'll never be at the top of the mountain, and if you are, there are still things you can be better at. This isn't to put you down, it's really to instill that discipline in your mindset that you can and need to be okay with realizing where you are in life and accepting it, coming to terms with it. By welcoming challenge, you'll inevitably hit failure, which surely will breed growth. And from my very own personal experience, that's exactly the way it goes. With that being said, let me start out by saying that the number one thing that determines your level of charm and charisma is your aura. By being in a mental state where you're happy, you're in peace, you're relaxed, you have to realize others around you can sense that, and it elevates their mood substantially too. I mean, you ever been around a Debbie Downer? Yeah, I've been with them, and in past situations I've been one myself, and it sucks. You don't want to be around that type of energy. So ensure that you exude a calm, cool vibe and are generally enjoying yourself, because others are gonna notice that. The second way to really showcase your charm is to smile more often in a conversation. Now, the important thing is don't fake it. If you're not feeling it, that's okay. It's better to not do it than it is to fake it. You know those certain people with the resting bitch face? I mean, I certainly do. You can't control how your face looks, but you can do certain things to counter it. I mean, smile more often, make jokes, be more engaged in the conversation, and showcase yourself with facial expressions that match what you're saying and your tone. A sincere smile, maintaining good eye contact, being polite, all these are effective ways of getting people to kind of be on your side. And you gotta remember, people are much more likely to do things for you if they are treated well and you're nice to them and they like you in general. Typically now, more introverted people find this more of a challenge, but with practice, you can certainly get there. Third, engage fully and immerse yourself in the conversation being had, regardless of who it is with. Speaking with someone you assume is more powerful than you, everyone is gonna pay more close attention to that particular person and give them respect compared with someone who you may feel is beneath you. Now guys, get rid of that, dispose of that. You need to treat everyone the same. If you're at a party and someone casually starts a conversation, talk with them, be polite, go with it. But importantly, try to be engaged, be present, actually listen to what someone else is saying to you, and don't just be fixated on the actual hot girl over there who you actually want to be talking to. Now, this is also a trait that will make you much more attractive, treating people the same, regardless of any sort of perceived social status. Number 4, stop trying to bring other people down in order to seemingly bring yourself up. That is it's just flat out gross. Anyone who does this, you're destroying your image. Now, I'm not talking playful jests in which you tease your friends or colleagues, but actually, frankly, just dogging on people unnecessarily is definitely not the way to win people over. That being said, don't overdo it and become an unnecessary kiss ass. I've seen this too, and it's just like the other tips. You gotta find a moderation. Don't overdo any of it. I guarantee if you sit there, smile at someone from across the room and just keep smiling and staring, it's just a matter of time before they're gonna arrest you. Be cool, be genuine, be happy for others. It's not a competition. Just relax. Number 5. Don't be self-obsessed. You don't have to be the center of attention at all times. Don't just talk about yourself. Try to ask questions. Get to know the room. And you can, of course, humbly give your opinions and laugh at other people's jokes. Now, let me go ahead and give a scenario. Let's say there's a conversation at a party and it delves into political or a religious dispute, which is frankly just flat out the worst thing, because no one has any intentions of actually learning and going back and forth in a discussion. It's usually just a rowdy, aggressive fight where the goal is not to learn, rather it's to ensure that your ego wins and you're the smarter guy, and your argument wins without actually listening to anything anyone else has to say. So just don't engage in this. But let's say you see this type of situation come up. People get really passionate and worked up about that stuff. Let's say you disagree with someone. Rather than butting in and on someone else's conversation and shoving your opinion in their face when it's really uncalled for, it may be more charming to just be witty here, or incorporate humor, make it less of an argument. Rather just get silly with it. Kind of downplay the whole situation. And if you want to go the serious route, just ask questions. Listen to what they have to say. By asking a well-timed question, people will ultimately get the impression of how they've come across. If they said something that was incongruent or offensive, and the cool, charismatic person doesn't need to shove it in their face. I think one of my favorite people who do this is Jordan Peterson. I'll probably do a video on that whole exchange with Kathy Newman, because I thought he handled it just absolutely brilliantly. Just remember, people will be far more attracted by your ability to listen to them than your ability to talk about yourself and your accomplishments all day and your ability to argue points with them. That might make you memorable, but certainly not in the way that you want. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, incorporate some of these charismatic hacks in your daily life, and don't forget to drop a like. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. And with that, keep being a boss.